We're at Brink Fab, and there's so much cool stuff here. I'm geeking out. These stars are ridiculous. Look at this.
My truck's been running warm. We stopped. We went to High Island.
It's a cold one today. It only is reading minus 13, but it's minus 31 with the wind chill right now because it's cold outside. And as you just heard Dwayne, it's cold enough that the diesel truck went back into high idle after it's been running for like 30 minutes. So it's cold outside, and you're probably wondering, what are we doing in the truck when it's cold, this cold outside? We're not camping. That's next weekend. This is not supposed to be this cold. We are headed out to Eric Brinker's shop in Reddeer to go and pick up a pair of axles. Not for my Jeep, for Spencer's Band-Aid. And I wanted to tag along because I wanted to see Eric Brinker's shop. We're going to learn a little bit more about him, but Eric Brinker is a King of the Hammers participant and usually places in the top 10, which is so cool. So I really wanted to meet this guy, and I wanted you guys to meet him too. So let's stay tuned for our adventure to Reddeer. So we made it to Reddeer. Black Falls is actually where the shop is. We're at Brink Fab, and there's so much cool stuff here. I'm geeking out. So behind me there's a King of the Hammers rig, and then this is Eric Brinker's King of the Hammers rig, and it's so cool. All right, and they're just doing boring stuff like loading up axles, but I'm sitting over here drooling over stuff like this, wondering, should we get trepidors? So can you tell us a little bit about your shop?
Sure. We are in Reddeer, Alberta, Canada. We build almost exclusively off-road rigs, whether it's family trail rig, a desert pre-runner. We do a fair amount of Ultra 4 cars, some big tire stuff for I think they're calling it now the Outlaw class. So a little bit of everything. And if it comes out of here, the idea is not that it's excessively highway friendly. It's that it's going to perform excessively well in the dirt.
Absolutely. And beside us here is your rig, eh?
This is my personal car, the 312
So this is just for taking
4800 class.
To the mall, right?
Yes, that's right. We do curbs at Walmart and things like that with it. We do the curbs at Walmart though at about 120 miles an hour, so it's pretty fun. The 312 car, we race the entire Ultra 4 series, West Coast, and the new North series that's coming. Myself and two partners are introducing that. It used to be Punisher, and now it's being folded in with Ultra 4 in the United States.
Oh, okay.
4800 class, such as this car, there's a limit. It's a limited class. That's what differentiates it from 4400. 4400 is unlimited, no rules but safety. So anything you can imagine. Whereas this class has to be a solid front axle, it can't be IFS, has to be two seats side by side, has to be front engine, and has to be a maximum 37-inch tire size. Has to be a single shock. So we can't run coilovers and separate bypasses, things like that. So it makes it into maybe just a little bit more of a driver's class. 4400, some of the teams have really big budgets. It's a little hard to keep up financially. I think that in a limited class like this, you can only outspend the other guy by so much. And then a bunch of it comes down to, the prep that you're doing, the driving skill that you have, and the performance of your team once you get to the race.
And so, King of the Hammers is your race that's coming up right away.
That's right. We leave a week from today.
That's so exciting. And this is the rig that you're taking there.
That's right. Yep, this will be there. We race on the Wednesday of race week. And last year we had an excellent race going. I think we qualified 5th out of 200 and some cars. So we had good starting position. We did take a flat because the driver has no talent. That's me.
The driver has no talent.
You know, we got passed by a bunch of cars. We got them back though. So going into the rocks, we were in good shape. We were, I think, I want to say we were physically 4th or 5th at that point, which put us 2nd or 3rd in our class.
Right.
And we did break an axle shaft that unfortunately took us out of the race. So we did the, you know, truly Canadian thing, and we got out and pulled winch cable for every other team that came by, and we helped everyone else get through those rocks until the end of the race, and then we packed up and went home.
And then you packed up and you tucked your tail between your legs.
That's
but
right.
Other than that, though, you have placed within the top 10.
Other than that, we did well. The Punisher series, what is going to be Ultra 4 North, actually entered my 4800 car in the unlimited class, and I won that overall this year.
Holy
cars that I built and that race with my program finished 2nd and 3rd right behind me. So obviously, you know, we're doing something right. And I keep preaching that proper prep matters. We can't beat them at the race unless we beat them in the shop first.
Absolutely.
So that's an important thing. Ultra 4 West, we've won the Fallon 250. We've placed 2nd at Nationals 2 years in a row. So yeah, no, we're on the radar. We're doing well. And you know, so much of it comes down to my guys. I'm really lucky. I have the same group of guys has been doing this with me since 2012. So they know my program, they know the cars, and they're just so dedicated, and they get me through every race. It's amazing.
That's amazing. This is an amazing machine right here. I was admiring it earlier, and I'm just kind of blown away by the structure of like this axle is just amazing to me.
The beef involved is huge. You know, when we take what we used to build for trail wheeling, because we all started in trail rigs, right?
Which is kind of where Mudrun's wheeling's at right now.
100%. You know, I bought an 03 Jeep TJ, brand new off the lot. I had never wheeled before, and you know, put on like a coil spacer lift and 32s and went wheeling once, and I was hooked. And then it has snowballed into, you know, what we see here. But
it's an addiction.
But what used to be tough, you know, we thought we trail wheeled hard. I mean, we had like built juggies on 43s with Dana 60s and 4-wheel steer. We're like, man, we wheel hard. This isn't going to be that big step. Unfortunately, no, this was a big step.
Yeah.
The racing is a whole different animal.
Yeah, it's something that's not in our range right now, but it's amazing. So, is there anything you wanted to tell us about other than the gigantic axle? You wanted to
Yeah,
tell
I
us about
mean,
your
we
rig?
could do a quick rundown kind of of
Sure.
the car. The diffs are both 9-inch based, Ford 9-inch based, but there's no Ford 9-inch parts involved, truth be told. Totally custom fabricated housings,
And then
massive amounts of trussing. We do
this
all
is
that.
stuff you've done
All that
yourself.
in-house. Yeah,
That's
we
amazing.
build all this stuff in-house. Wheelwood brakes keeps us stopping. That's an important part of racing. Everyone thinks you don't need brakes to go fast. That's a mistake. Brakes make you go fast. The center sections are actually a 10-inch trophy truck center section because we break the 9-inch gear sets otherwise. All the axle shafts are 300M, designed to be unbreakable. PSC has always treated us right on steering. PRP seats is our go-to for that. Fox shocks, we can't talk enough about them. They support us at every race, you know, with all kinds of stuff. They've put all kinds of research and development into making us go fast. You know, this car, we just added a second fuel cell. We're trying to extend our range between hits because it's real frustrating. You know, we work hard, we take chances in the dust, we take chances in the rocks to get past people, and then when we go stop for fuel, they pass us again.
Yeah.
So we now can hold 55 gallons of fuel, US gallons, so an entire drum on car to get going kind of thing. So we should do, you know, 160, 170 mile range now without having to stop at pits for fuel. Motor, LS3 based, almost all of our stuff gets LS engines in the end. This particular one though, we took an LS3, put an LS8 supercharger on it, and then changed out the cam. Cam swap is new. Previous to the cam swap, we were making about 725 horse. We should be about 100 horse better than that now. What else we got? You know, car, you know, on the inside, you know, driver controls. Obviously got twin stick Atlas. It has 4L80 transmission because it has to be tough, and then the overdrive is a nice option. GPS for the navigator, radio intercom between us. There's filtered fresh air pumpers so that we don't breathe any dust from the race course.
Oh yeah, that's a main issue. We've come across that once before.
Absolutely, right?
And you have a layer of dust on there about this thing, yeah, kind of thing.
Cooling is always a big challenge in any kind of racing, but especially in desert racing. So we have really, really big radiators, really, really big coolers. Part of the supercharger system, we actually also run a water methanol injection system to keep the air intake charge cooled.
He's
So,
got that in
you know,
his
like
truck.
this has all been very thought out, very engineered to do what it does. It's very purpose built, no question about
Well,
that.
and I mean, if it wasn't built like it should be, you guys wouldn't be doing as well as you are.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And
amazing.
you know, it's stuff that we have learned through what 6-7 years of racing Ultra 4. We did 3 years of competitive rock crawling in Wee Rock and Calneva before that. And then before that, we trail wheeled the heck out of stuff right here in
Absolutely.
Alberta.
And there is amazing wheeling in Alberta.
Beautiful country.
Beautiful
Yeah,
country.
absolutely.
You know, which is what we like to explore quite a bit of. But to be around this kind of stuff is just, it makes you drool a little.
I think there's racing this year in Alberta at Tail Creek again. And I believe it's in August. Check the Ultra 4 website for what Ultra 4 North races there are.
Is that
And
like
there's
the base of it?
no, it'll just be an Ultra 4 race.
Okay.
You know, and it'll be worth coming out. You can see these things in person. The pits are open. You can wander through, talk to drivers, talk to teams, check out cars, things like that. Make
Hopefully
sure-
it just won't be August long weekend because that's our amazing.
Right. Right, for sure.
All right. Well, thank you
Okay,
very
cool.
much.
Thank you.
And this will be awesome to see out there.
Awesome.
Well, we're all done here at Brink Fab. If you're ever looking for custom stuff, be sure to call him up. It looks like they do just amazing stuff. And if you like this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. All right, we'll see ya out on the trail next. Bye.